Fishing. For some, it's a quiet pastime, a way to unwind by a calm lake. But for the true adventurer, it's something more. It's a primal contest, man against nature. It's a battle of wit, strength, and raw survival instinct. This isn't just about dropping a line in the water and waiting. This is about understanding the environment, reading the signs, and preparing for a fight. It's an adventure that calls to the wild spirit within us all. It's a test of your mettle. Whether you're wrestling a giant from the deep blue abyss or outsmarting a cunning predator in a rushing river, the thrill is in the unknown, the challenge in the hunt. Today, we're staging the ultimate showdown. The battle between the ocean and the river begins now. First, let's define our terms. What exactly is deep sea fishing? This is the big league. It's also known as offshore or big game fishing. It means you're heading out into the open ocean, far from the sight of land. You're in waters that are at least 100 feet deep, but often much, much deeper. This isn't a casual paddle near the shore. This is a serious expedition into a vast and powerful wilderness. You're venturing into the habitat of true sea monsters, creatures that thrive in the crushing pressure and darkness of the abyss. On the other side of the spectrum, we have river fishing. This is a completely different kind of challenge. River fishing involves angling in the flowing waters of a natural stream or river, wading in a shallow, babbling brook, casting from the rocky banks of a powerful, churning river, or drifting in a small boat through a wide, slow-moving waterway. The key element is the current, creating a dynamic ecosystem. The locations for deep-sea fishing are dramatic and awe-inspiring as the creatures that live there. You're heading for the edge of the continental shelf and beyond. Think of places like the Gulf Stream off the coast of Florida, a massive warm water current that acts as a superhighway for migratory giants, or the deep canyons off the coast of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, where the Pacific Ocean floor drops away into darkness. These are places where underwater mountains, trenches, and volcanoes create the perfect hunting grounds for apex predators. Endless blue, where the sky meets the sea, a wild frontier. In stark contrast, the settings for river fishing are defined by the land they carve through. Imagine the crystal-clear, fast-flowing rivers of Alaska and British Columbia, where massive salmon fight upstream. Picture the chalk streams of England with gentle currents and gin-clear water, or the mighty Amazon River, murky, mysterious, teeming with exotic life. Each river is shaped by geology, climate, and surrounding forests, creating endless fishing puzzles. Deep-sea fishing is a game of power and scale, and a healthy respect for the ocean's authority. River fishing, however, is a game of intimacy and cunning. When you're gearing up for a deep-sea expedition, think heavy duty. Everything has to be bigger, stronger, and more resilient to stand up to the sheer power of the ocean and its inhabitants. The rods are short and thick, more like powerful levers than casting tools. The reels are massive, often two-speed winches capable of holding hundreds, even thousands of yards of incredibly strong braided or monofilament line. You'll need a fighting chair bolted to the deck to help you battle a fish that could weigh more than you do. Add to that heavy-duty leaders, massive hooks, and a harness to strap yourself in for the fight. This is power fishing at its most extreme. River fishing gear, on the other hand, is often about finesse and precision. The equipment is generally much lighter and more specialized. A fly fisherman, for example, uses a long, flexible rod and a nearly weightless line to present a delicate, artificial fly on the water surface. A spin fisherman might use a lightweight rod and reel to cast small lures into tight spaces. The line is thinner, the hooks are smaller, and the emphasis is on a subtle, natural presentation. The fish you can catch in the deep sea are the stuff of legends. These are the apex predators of the ocean, built for speed, power, and aggression. We're talking about the magnificent blue marlin with its spear-like bill and acrobatic leaps capable of reaching speeds of over 60 miles per hour. There are the powerhouse bluefin, yellowfin tuna shaped like torpedoes and capable of epic, line-stripping runs that can last for hours. You might also encounter aggressive sharks like the mako, or the powerful wahoo, and the beautiful, hard-fighting mahi-mahi. River fishing offers a different, but no less exciting roster of potential catches. The species are incredibly diverse and often celebrated for their beauty and cunning. In cold, clear rivers, the prize is often the trout, brown rainbow and brook trout, known for their vibrant colors and picky eating habits. The challenges of deep-sea fishing are immense and honestly can be life-threatening. The most obvious, of course, is the weather. The open ocean is unpredictable. What starts as a calm day can suddenly turn into a raging storm with little warning, bringing massive waves and high winds that can swamp or capsize even a large boat. Getting caught in a squall miles from shore is a serious survival situation. Then there's the risk of seasickness, which can really incapacitate even the toughest adventurer, turning an exciting trip into a pretty miserable ordeal. You're at the mercy of the elements in a way that's hard to comprehend until you've experienced it firsthand. Beyond the weather, the sheer physical exertion of deep-sea fishing is a major challenge. Fighting a large fish for hours on end is a brutal workout that tests your stamina, strength, and mental fortitude. Your back, arms, and legs will ache. Now, river fishing presents a completely different set of challenges, often more subtle but no less dangerous. The current is a constant force to be reckoned with. Wading in a fast-moving river is treacherous. A slip on a slick rock can send you into the cold, powerful water, risking hypothermia or being swept downstream. You must always read the water and respect its power. For the pure, unadulterated thrill seeker, honestly, nothing beats deep-sea fishing. If your idea of adventure involves high stakes, raw power, and an adrenaline rush that lasts for hours, the open ocean is your arena. The moment a giant marlin or tuna strikes your line is pure chaos. The reel screams as hundreds of yards of line disappear in seconds. The boat roars to life as the crew scrambles. It's an explosive, heart-pounding experience that is impossible to replicate. The fight itself is a primal battle, pitting your strength and endurance against a true monster of the deep. It's an adventure on a grand scale. On the other hand, river fishing is far more accessible and honestly much friendlier for beginners. Young person with a parent, both smiling, holding up a small fish caught from a peaceful riverbank. It offers a gentler introduction to the world of angling. You can start with simple, inexpensive gear from the bank of a local river. The learning curve is less steep. You don't need to charter a massive boat or have a crew of experts to get started. A beginner can have a fantastic day catching smaller fish like panfish, small trout. Let's talk about the cost because honestly, it's a major factor. Deep sea fishing is, without a doubt, a significant investment. The biggest expense is chartering the boat. A full day offshore trip with an experienced captain and crew can cost thousands of dollars. This price usually includes the boat fuel, all the high-end gear bait, and the crew's expertise. When you factor in travel to a prime destination accommodation and tips for the crew, a deep-sea fishing trip quickly becomes a once-in-a-lifetime kind of expenditure for most people. When it comes to bucket list destinations for deep-sea fishing, the world is your oyster. For giant bluefin tuna, Prince Edward Island in Canada is legendary. For blue marlin, the Azores in Portugal are iconic. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is another blue marlin destination. Cabo San Lucas, Mexico is a world-renowned hotspot for billfish and gamefish. The Florida Keys offer incredible opportunities for almost every major offshore species. For the ultimate river fishing experience, the destinations are just as legendary. Alaska's rivers are synonymous with massive runs of Pacific salmon and giant rainbow trout. British Columbia's rivers offer the same legendary salmon and big rainbow trout. The Amazon River Basin offers peacock bass and the chance at arapaima. And the pristine waters of New Zealand are considered paradise on earth for trout fly fishing. So after this epic showdown, which style of fishing wins? The deep sea with its raw power and monstrous inhabitants? Or the river with its subtle challenges and intimate connection to the wild? The truth is, there is no single winner. The best style of fishing is not a universal title. It's a deeply personal choice. It depends entirely on what you seek from an adventure. It's about matching the experience to your personality, your budget, your thirst for a certain kind of challenge. The real victory lies in getting out there and experiencing it for yourself. If you are a thrill seeker and adrenaline junkie who wants to test your physical limits against the most powerful creatures in the ocean, then the call of the deep sea is for you. It's an adventure of immense scale, risk, and reward. It's about teamwork, power, the pursuit of a giant. It's a battle that will leave you exhausted, but with a story that will last a lifetime. If you are a strategist, a naturalist, someone just starting their journey into the wild, the river is your perfect guide. It teaches patience, skill, and a deep appreciation for the intricate workings of an ecosystem. It offers solitude and a chance to connect with nature on a personal level. The question is, are you ready to answer the call of the wild?